What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. So I just got a package in the mail, as you guys can see. So right here is a Diode Dynamics LED lights. This is basically a kit for all the lights on the inside of the vehicle and a couple license plate lights as well. I wanted to go ahead and upgrade all of my lights, make them all look the same. Instead of a couple LED lights and the rest are halogens or whatever you call those yellow looking lights, the ugly ones. So the car already has the factory LEDs. I wanted to go ahead and upgrade. These ones right here are stage 2, so they're a little brighter than the stage 1s. So hopefully they're not too bright, but we're gonna go ahead and do the upgrade here. So as you guys can see, that's the color of the LEDs that come from the factory if you guys get the upgraded package. And that's the color of the vanity light. So that's not an upgraded light, that's how the car comes. As you guys can see, there's a color difference. I want all of the lights on the interior of the car to look the same, be the same color. So this package will take care of the 2 map lights, the dome light that's in the back here, 2 vanity lights, 2 license plate lights, and 1 trunk light. So just to begin, I want to do a little comparison. I'm going to swap out this driver vanity light and one of the LED lights up here, so that way you guys can see side by side the difference in the lighting. Especially up here, you guys will see side by side. Then you'll see what this vanity light looks like compared to the passenger side vanity light. I'll also do that for the license plate light. I'll just swap one of them out just so you guys can see the difference. And one thing before we get started, I recommend disconnecting your battery so that way you don't blow any fuses. It happens, it's very easy to do. Should be a pretty easy one, so let's get right into it. You won't need too much tools at all. I got a 10 mil here for my battery. Got a clip removal tool right here. This will be for the trunk to get to the trunk lights. And then a couple of these plastic ones to be able to get the covers off of like the vanity and the dome light and stuff like that, just so I don't damage anything. These are super cheap to get on Amazon, but let's get started. Okay, so let's begin with this vanity light right here. Okay, it's a little dark. Let me turn up this exposure a little bit so you guys can see what I'm doing here. So this one should be pretty simple for the vanity light. There's a little tab down here. You just want to stick something in here and pry this up. Should expose the light in here, and you can go ahead and swap it out. Get the cap right off. As you guys can see, the light is right there. You can also use this guy to try to help you get it out. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab the vanity bulb right here and stick it in there. So here's the LED light right here from Diode Dynamics. Let's go ahead and slap it in here. Now let's just slap the cap back in here, up here into the 2 tabs, and then it should go right in. So vanity light is done. Let's get this out of the way for now. Now let's work on this map light. So this one's also pretty simple. It got little tabs right here. You want to stick something in here and just pry open the cap. Now I'm gonna go ahead and grab this Subaru LED out of here. Well, I dropped it. Now let's grab the Diode Dynamics one and swap it in here. It's not going to be the easiest thing to install because it's super small space to get your 2 fingers in there and get it between the 2 prongs, but do your best. I'm going to go ahead and get the cover back on, connect the battery, and show you guys the difference. Alright, I'm going to flip on both of the map lights really quick and show you guys what that looks like. Now it's not super easy to tell on camera, but the ones I installed are definitely much brighter than the original LED lights. I'm gonna go ahead and flip down the passenger vanity light as well so you guys can see what it used to look like and what it looks like now. As you guys can see, that yellow just looks terrible compared to what the LED light looks like. Now let's see what it looks like from the opposite side. So here's a look from the opposite side right here. And then here's a look from the back seat. So with my exposure turned down, you guys can see a noticeable difference. It's easier to tell how bright the new ones are compared to my other ones. And this is the one in the middle towards the rear of the car. So let's go ahead and get the rest of them swapped out on the inside of this cabin. Now really quickly before I continue, I want to show you guys the difference between the normal one and the Diode Dynamics LED. And then here's the difference between the vanity lights. Let's move on to the back. Now the back is pretty easy to install as well. It's basically the same way to take off the cap as you did in the front. Now let's get the new one installed. I'm actually gonna go ahead and remove the GoPro mount off of this light. Don't really use it that much anymore. Okay, cool. Nice and clean. Okay, so here's a quick look at the whole interior and what the lights look like. Nice and bright. There's actually also a trunk light, as you guys can see. I almost forgot about that. Let's go ahead and swap that out as well. That's what the before looks like. Now let's swap it out to the good LEDs. Now for this trunk light, there's 2 tabs on each side of it. One right here and one on the other side. So you just want to push those in and take this cap off. And the light just pulls right out. Here's the difference between the 2 lights. Now let's just go ahead and slide this guy right in there. I'm gonna connect my battery and double check that it works before I put the cover on. All right, looks good and bright, and cover is on. Okay, sweet. Now let's go ahead and disconnect this battery one more time, and let's get to doing the license plate bulbs. All right, now to get to the license plate lights, it's pretty simple. First thing you gotta do is take off all of these clips right here. There should be 4 here and just a couple up here. Take all those off and take off this little carpet liner, and that should expose the area where you can get the light bulbs out. So let's go ahead and do that really quick. This is where that clip removal tool comes in handy. All right, you guys, once you get that off, you guys will see these 2 harnesses. There's one right there, and there's one right there. Pretty simple to get the light bulbs out. All you have to do is twist that a little bit and it should pop right out. Let me show you. Now all you have to do is take that one out and put the new one in. And I'm pretty sure they're the same lights as the one that we just installed into the trunk. So now all you have to do is slide the new one in. One thing to keep in mind, if it does not work the first time, just take it out, flip it, and put it back in, because the polarity could be off on it. Doesn't mean you have a dud. Just try this one more time. Just pull it out, flip it 90 degrees, and put it back in. Let's go ahead and test that with the battery on. Now I have to start my car for this, I believe, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Actually, in the meantime, really quickly, I'm just gonna go ahead and pop this guy out as well on the right side so you guys can see the difference between the 2. Actually, I'm an idiot. You don't have to have the car on, you just have to have the headlights on. This right here is with the exposure level low, so that way you guys can see which one is really brighter, how much light it puts out. This is about regular right here. You can tell it's a lot brighter. Now one thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and reinstall these as they are right now. I'm gonna wait for nighttime, and then I'm gonna do a quick clip just to show you guys the difference between the 2, just how bright they really are. Now some people might not want really bright license plate lights, because I don't know why. Might be trying to hide your license plate a little bit. I could care less about that. So I'm trying to make everything look nice and bright, shiny on the car. Also, this is what they look like through the cover after I install them. Turn up this exposure a little bit. But you can tell it's much brighter. And that yellow light just got to go. Alright, anyways, I'll see you guys back here in just a second after it gets dark. I'll do a walk around of all the lights and show you guys exactly how bright they all are at night, how much of the cabin gets lit up, and then I'll show you guys the difference between these 2 license plate lights at night as well. So be right back. So I'm going to disconnect one of them and just show you what one of them looks like, and then I'm going to disconnect the other one and show you what that one looks like. So this is just the LED light right here, and that is with just the stock light. Now I'm going to go ahead and take that stock light out, put the other LED in, so that way there's 2 LEDs in here, and I'm going to show you guys what that looks like. So that's with 2 LED lights installed. But yeah, as you guys can see, it's pretty bright. At least I'm not gonna get any tickets for not having a good license plate light, that's for sure. But yeah, there we go. So anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and put all these clips back, put that carpet piece back really quick, and clean up a little bit, and then I'm gonna show you guys the finished product, the interior and all that, and just how bright that is. So let's just start off by showing this trunk really quick. How bright that is. That's crazy bright. See everything in this trunk. Just how dirty it really is. Now let's go to the license plate lights. Nice and bright. Now let's check out the rest of the car. Let's check out the interior. So let me start off by just showing you what the vanity light looks like. That's just the vanity light, as you guys can see. Pretty bright. Now I'm gonna turn this off and just do the map lights. Take a step up. Try to find something in your car. No problem with these lights. Now one thing I want to get is footwell lighting still, so that might be in a future video at some point. Let me turn on the rear one as well. Now you can tell they're bright because I have tinted windows. I believe this is 18% and that's 15%. But they are so bright you can easily see into my car when they're on. The rears not so much because they're darker, but the fronts, yeah, you can see pretty clearly inside. So if you guys are interested in getting the Diode Dynamics lights, and you're wondering what the stage 2 lights look like, how bright they are, that's how bright they are. Pretty bright. Keep in mind, I don't drive with these lights on. This is just basically if I'm trying to find something or get some lighting into my cabin for whatever reason. Either way, when I need the light, I usually need a lot of light, so this is going to be perfect for me. It's exactly what I want. That's typically how I drive around, just with my headliner on. It's not distracting, and it doesn't lighten up the entire cabin like crazy. Sometimes though, if I use a headliner and I change the color on them to like a blue or something, it's actually really bright on the inside of the cabin. I'll show you. I'm going to change the color for you. Like that, for example, that's blue. Usually lights up the cabin pretty good. Kind of just depends what color you choose, but I've noticed that blue does the best at lighting up the cabin. Like that's just for my headliner. And my remote actually allows me to change the brightness on this too if I wanted to, if I didn't want it to be so bright. But I typically don't mind. I just like to roll around like this, except I have it on the white setting all the time. The white setting doesn't light up the cabin too much, and I like having white being on the headliner the most. Well, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Just wanted to make a really quick video of me upgrading all the interior lights on this car. Show you guys which brand I went with, which bulbs I went with, and I just want to show you guys what it looks like with the finished product. But that's going to be it for this video. Thank you guys all so much for watching. I appreciate you guys' support. If you aren't already subscribed, consider subscribing. Hit the like button if you guys did enjoy the video, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Peace out, everybody.